morning, students. Welcome to the digital communication class. Welcome back, I think so. Okay. Today we are going to discuss about the topic quantization noise. In the previous class we have discussed about channel noise. Basically the PCM system is suffered with two types of noises. Already we discussed what are those two types of noises means quantization noise, channel noise. So channel noise, with the channel noise, what are the errors present that we discussed in the previous class. Now we are going to discuss about quantization noise and signal to noise ratio expression for the PCM system we are going to derive. So how can we derive means we need to follow these steps one by one. Okay, I think I am clear with this. So I am sorry. Let the random variable q denote the quantization error. So let the random variable capital Q which denotes the quantization error, and let small q denote its sample value. Capital Q is the quantization error and small q is the sample of the quantization error capital Q. Okay. Next, assume that the random variable q is uniformly distributed over the possible range. This is also our assumption. Here let the random variable q and the sample value is small q, and assume that the random variable q is uniformly distributed over the possible range. This is also our assumption. You should remember this. Minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2 as shown in figure. Why we have considered minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2 as the range, possible range? Because the quantization error maximum and minimum values are these two. So while discussing the uniform quantizer and non-uniform quantizer, we discussed this one. What are the maximum and minimum values of quantization error? That's why the possible range of the random variable q is distributed uniformly within this range, that is minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2. Now, so what is the probability density function for this random variable q? That t is written as fq of q is equal to 1 by delta within the range minus delta by 2 to minus delta by 2 less than or equals to small q less than or equals to delta by 2 and 0 otherwise. So this is the probability density function for the quantization error. Okay. I think you know it very well how we have written this probability density function from the knowledge of the RV. Next, for this to be justifiable, so this expression, when this is justifiable, we must ensure that the incoming signal does not overload the quantizer. So the incoming signal does not overload the quantizer, then only this will be justifiable. That means this will valid. When the incoming signal does not overload the quantizer, then only this probability density function will valid. That you have to note down here. Next, coming to here, then the mean of the quantizer error is 0 and its variance sigma q square is the same as the mean square value. So variance sigma square, here the mean of the quantization error is 0 and the variance of the sigma q square is same as the mean square value, so which is given by sigma q square equals to E of q square. So to derive the expression for signal to quantization ratio of a PCM system, we are taking these assumptions to get the expression for signal to noise ratio. So how we are following step by step. First of all, we have denoted the random variable q. Next, we have taken the sample value small q. Next, the possible range for the quantization error is minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2, and here the expression is 1 by delta for those limits, and here the mean of the quantization error is 0 and the sigma q square is the mean square value. So here this is the sigma q square is equals to mean square value, that is E of q square. E of q square, you know the expression as E of x square is equals to integral minus infinity to infinity x square into fx of x into dx, that you know. Here we have considered the quantization error, that's why we are representing in terms of q's. That is the difference. Remaining all is same. So the sigma q square is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity q square into fq of q into dq. So take these numbers according to your convenient. Okay, substitute equation 19 in 20. So this is the 19th equation so substitute that in this one, then you will get the expression as sigma q square equals to integral minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2 q square into what is the fq of q between the limits minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2, 1 by delta. For remaining limits it is 0, hence no need to consider that that limits. So here we will consider these limits. Okay, that equals to 1 by delta as constant, integral minus infinity to integral minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2 q square into dq. So the same expression can be write like this also. Next, coming to here, sigma q square is equal to 1 by delta, actually x square into dx, integral x square into dx means x cube by 3. So same wise q cube by 3. So 3 I have written here, minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2 are the limits. Now that is equals to 1 by 3 delta, substitute the limits, delta cube by 3 minus of minus delta cube by 3, hence it becomes plus delta cube by 8. 2 cube means 8. Hence we will get the expression as sigma q square is equals to 2 delta q divided by 3 delta into 8 actually. So here 1 delta, so here 1 delta will cancel, we will get del square by 2 del square by 3 into 8. So 2 1 ja, 2 4 ja, you will get del square by 12. So the variance of the quantization error here is del square by 12. Let us consider this one as some expression number. Here I am considering as 21. Del sigma q square is equal to del square by 12. So remember this expression. So what is the variance of the quantization error is sigma q square is equal to del square by 12. Very important expression for competitive exams also. This is very important. Next, signal to noise ratio. So to calculate the signal to noise ratio, that variance expression is also considered. So how we will consider that expression here, that we will discuss here. Signal to noise ratio means let the input signal x of t with power p and ranging from minus x max to plus x max. So here we are calculating the signal to noise ratio for a signal, input signal x of t, which is having the power p and the signal is ranging from minus x max to plus x max. So we are considering one case. So if the signal is varying from minus x max to plus x max and the power is p and the input signal we are considering as x of t, then what is the signal to noise ratio, that we will derive first. So signal to noise ratio, generally we came to know that one as signal power divided by noise power. That's why it is called signal to noise power ratio or signal to noise ratio. Simply we can call signal power here we assumed as P divided by noise power, which is equals to the variance. So noise power which is equals to the variance. So P by sigma q square, that equals to P by del square by 12, that is equals to actually 12P by del square. Okay, take this one as Roman letter 1. Next, coming to here, step size. Step size is equals to, generally it is defined as V peak to peak divided by capital L, where capital L is the number of quantized levels. So how many number of quantized levels we have for a signal, that is represented as capital L, number of quantized levels. Step size delta, that is equals to V peak to peak divided by capital L, where capital L is the number of quantized levels, quantization levels. Here that L can be written as L equals to 2 power n, where small n is the number of bits or code word length. So how can we estimate this one? Means for a message we will have one code word, that may be 0011 0011 001100, like that we will have some data. So quantization level means L equals to 2 power n, where n is the number of bits in the code or code word, that is called n. So if we have the code, we can calculate quantization levels. From that we can calculate step size. After getting the step size, substitute that in this one, then you will get the signal to noise ratio for a particular signal or particular code. Okay, now delta is equals to V peak to peak divided by L can be written as 2 power n. Now signal to noise ratio is equals to actually P by del square by 12, that is equals to 12 P by del square, that equals to 12 P divided by, what is delta expression? This one, V peak to peak divided by, directly you can write 2 power n, or in terms of L if you want, you can write in terms of L also. Here I have written in terms of L, that's why V peak to peak divided by L whole square, that equals to 12 P L square divided by V peak to peak square. Now signal to noise ratio is equals to 12 P L square divided by, what is V peak to peak, what is the peak to peak value of the signal? Minus x max to plus x max. So minus x max to plus x max means if we have the signal from minus 2 to plus 2, what is the peak to peak voltage of the signal? X max minus of minus x max, actually 2 minus of minus 2, hence it becomes 4. So here what is the peak to peak voltage? Means x max minus of minus x max, hence it is 2x max, like that. Here V peak to peak is equals to 2x max whole square. I think I am clear with this. సో వి పిక్ టు పిక్ వోల్టేజ్, ఒక సిగ్నల్ ఉంటుందమ్మా. పిక్ టు పిక్ వోల్టేజ్ అంటే మనం ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాం? టోటల్గా ఇక్కడికి, అంటే పాజిటివ్ ప్లస్ నెగిటివ్, దట్ విల్ గివ్ ద వి పిక్ టు పిక్ వోల్టేజ్ మొత్తం సిగ్నల్ని. సో ఇక్కడ మనకి ఎక్స్ మ్యాక్స్ అనేది పాజిటివ్, మైనస్ ఎక్స్ మ్యాక్స్ అనేది నెగిటివ్. సో ఎక్స్ మ్యాక్స్ టు మైనస్ ఎక్స్ మ్యాక్స్ మీన్స్ 2x max is the peak to peak voltage for the given signal ranging from minus x max to plus x max. Okay, ఇలా తీసుకున్నాం కాబట్టి here we are writing that one. Okay, 2x max square, that is equals to 12p L square divided by 4x max square. 4 1 ja 4 3 ja 3p L square divided by x max square. So take this one as Roman letter 2. See, here I have written V peak to peak x max minus x max, V peak to peak 2x max. Signal to noise ratio is equals to 3p L square by x max square. Take this one as expression number, some number. Now case 1. So this is the signal to noise ratio for the PCM system. 3p L square by x max square, where p is the input signal power, L is the number of quantization levels, and x max is the maximum peak level of the input signal. Okay, now case 1, we are considering the case 1. If both the signal are normalized, if both the signal and the power is also normalized, that is mod x max equals to 1 and p also normalized, that is p equals to 1. So here we are considering a case in which both input signal and as well as power p both are normalized. Both are normalized means both are equals to 1. Normalized means equals to 1. Hence the signal to noise ratio expression can be written as signal to noise ratio is equals to 3L square. Why? Because p equals to 1 and x max equals to 1. Hence you will get 3 is 3L square. What is L? 2 power n. So L square means 2 power 2n. Take this one as expression number 26. Now always we will represent the signal to noise ratio in terms of dB, they will ask. So convert this into dB. Signal to noise ratio in terms of dB, 10 log 3 into 2 power 2n, 10 log 3 plus 2n into 10 log 2. Log A B means log A plus log B, like that we have divided this one. 10 log 3 plus 2n into 10 into log 2 expression. Log 2 means 0.3010 into 10 means 3.010. So After calculating this one, we will get the value as signal to noise ratio 10 into log 3 value is this one ma. You can check from calci 0.477 plus 2n into 10 into here also I have written log 2 value also 0.3010. So you will get 4.77 plus 6n approximately. So signal to noise ratio, if both the input and power is normalized for that particular signal, what is the signal to noise ratio if both the power and the input is normalized? So what is the signal to noise ratio expression? In the problem they will ask specifically for this signal what is the signal to noise ratio. Then we can directly use this expression. No need to go for this expression if they ask the conditions like this. Okay. So you should remember the expression for particular condition what is the expression. Or otherwise you just remember this one and according to the condition you just substitute the values, then also you will get no problem. Okay. Next coming to here, so this is the expression 4.77 plus 6n. So approximately 4.8 plus 6n is the expression for signal to noise ratio. So I think I am clear with this expressions. Next coming to case 2. So consider 25 expression. Again consider this expression 25 means this one. Signal to noise ratio is equals to 3p L square by x max square. Consider that one. Signal to noise ratio is equals to 3p L square by x max square. If this is the second case ma, if x of t be sinusoidal, so sinusoidal signal. First case is both the input and power is normalized, and the second case is if the input signal is sinusoidal, then P is equal to. So actually condition 2 means if the input is sinusoidal, what is the signal to noise ratio expression that we are going to derive now. So then P is equals to Vrms into Irms. If x of t be the sinusoidal, then P is equals to Vrms into Irms. This you know very well. RMS values we will consider for sinusoidal signal to calculate the power. P is equals to Vrms square by R. That also you can consider. That equals to x RMS square divided by R. For normalized, R equals to 1. So how we will consider this R equals to 1? We will discuss in the always for digital communication we will consider R equals to 1. If they will not mention, we will consider R equals to 1 always. If they will give any value, that we will consider. If they will not give any value, we will mention R equals to 1 in digital communications. Remember this point guys. Okay, for problems also it is very useful. Next, P is equals to x RMS square. That is equals to RMS value means V max by root 2. So x max square by 2. Signal to noise ratio 3 into P is this one L square by x max square. Substitute in this one, this expression. Substitute P in this 25 expression. Then you get 3 by 2 into L square. So this is in terms of normal value. In terms of dB means 10 log of 3 by 2 L square, that equals to 10 log of 3 by 2 plus 10 log of L square. So if we substitute these values, 4.77, 10 into log 3 is, what is the log 3 value? 0.477 and log 2 value is 0.3010. Substitute those values and multiplied with 10, and here 10 means 10 log of L square. So 10 log of L means 2 power n, then you will get 2 power 2n. Why? Because we know that L equals to 2 power n. Hence here we will get 1.76 plus 2n into 10 log of 2. Log 2 is 0.3010. If you multiply with 10, you will get 2n into 3.01, that equals to 1.76 plus 6n approximately. That is equals to 1.76 can be rounded to 1.8 plus 6n. So this is the expression when the signal is sinusoidal. So what is the signal to noise ratio for the given input signal which is sinusoidal in nature? Find out the signal to noise ratio, and the number of quantization levels are 3. So n equals to 3, we can directly find out the signal to noise ratio. So these type of questions will be asked in the competitive exams. Very important topic for competitive exams, guys. For GATE also very important. This signal to noise ratio topic and number of quantization levels, that is capital L, is also very important. Find the number of quantization levels, like that they will ask. I will discuss the GATE questions also in the coming classes. Now I don't have those questions and material with me, so I will surely maybe in the next week I will cover the GATE questions also related to this first unit. Related to actually first I will cover the questions related to PCM and DPCM. Like that I will give the questions related to each and every topic. I will try to give the GATE questions for each and every topic. So if you want GATE topics, you please tell me. Otherwise I will skip the GATE questions. I will just follow the syllabus. You please tell me after the completion of this class. I will ask. Okay. Next, this is the second topic. So first one is if the input is normalized, that is x max equals to 1, power equals to 1. And the second one is if the input is sinusoidal, then what is the signal to noise ratio expression, that is 1.8 plus 6. Okay. I think I am very clear with these topics. Shall I move to next? If you have any doubt, you can please ask me in the chat box, or after the completion of the class you can directly communicate with me, or you can comment me in the comment section also, no problem. Okay. Next one is case 3, that is if the signal is uniformly distributed in the interval minus x max to plus x max. In the previous case we have considered the power, and the signal is in the distributed in the interval minus x max to plus x max, but here they are not talking, that is for to get the signal to noise ratio expression for the input signal x of t. But here we are mentioning this one in the signal to noise ratio expression, which is already available for us. That is the difference here. If the signal is uniformly distributed, underline this one, uniformly distributed. In the questions they will ask if the signal is uniformly distributed, what is the signal to noise ratio? Like that they will ask. That you have to observe carefully. Okay. So if the signal is uniformly distributed in the interval minus x max to plus x max, hence the graph can be written as, the diagram can be written as like this, minus x max to plus x max, uniformly distributed. Okay. See here, mean value m1 equals to a plus b by 2, that is equals to 0. Hence here actually we have the expression for fq of q equals to 1 by delta, in between minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2. Likewise here if the signal is uniformly distributed, then the probability density function for that signal can be written as 1 by 2x max in between minus x max less than or equals to x less than or equals to x max. This is from the knowledge of the RV RPMA. You go through it, you will get the idea. Otherwise you please ask me again. I will clear your doubt how we have written this one. Okay. Now mean is 0, and coming to the variance, e of x square equals to, this is also same expression, integral minus infinity to infinity x square into fx of x into dx. So here integral minus x max to plus x max, x square into, what is the fx of x? 1 by 2x max into dx, that is equals to 1 by 2x max x cube by 3 minus x cube by 3 minus x max to plus x max. So this is the diagram, from that we have written this one. Okay, substitute all this expression, you know very well now about this one. So 1 by 2 x max is the constant, so take it as outside from the integral. Now do the integration, x square into dx means x cube by 3, substitute these limits, minus x max to x max, then you will get like this, and here 3 we have got here. So after simplifying, e of x square is equals to, it is clear now? x max cube minus of minus x cube, you will get plus, that's why you will get 2x max cube. So 2 1 ja 2 3 ja, x max here gets cancelled, here we will get 2. So x max squared by 3, e of x square, that is the variance for the uniformly distributed signal. So now signal to noise ratio from the first expression ma 12p by del square, that is equals 12 by del square into what is p? Power is equals to variance. Already I have mentioned this point now. While calculating the signal to noise ratio, signal power divided by noise power. Signal power is P and noise power we have considered as quantization noise power, that is variance. Same wise here also 12 by delta square and P is the variance which is equals to the x max square by 3. So listen carefully ma here. So why I have written in place of P this variance means here power we have considered as variance. Power is equals to the variance. To derive the expression for signal to noise ratio, here we are considering variance as the power. So that we will substitute here 3 1 ja 3 4 ja and mm, 12p by del square, that's it now. Yeah, see here in place of del square what we have substituted here, del square. I'm sorry guys. Okay, see here x max square by 3 is the p value, that is variance value. Now delta is equals to V peak to peak by L. Actually we know the expression from this here. See here delta is equals to V peak to peak divided by L, actually it is. Yeah, so that we have substituted here V peak to peak by L. Substitute here. After that what is V peak to peak here? They have given minus x max to plus x max. So that is also equals to 2x max whole square divided by L square, that is the expression. Substitute here 4x max square, take this L square to here. So x max square gets cancelled, 3 1 ja 3 4 ja cancel, 4 4 cancel. So what is the final expression we have here? Only L square. So signal to noise ratio for the signal which is uniformly distributed in the interval minus x max to plus x max is L square. That is equals to L is equals to 2 power n. So substitute L equals 2 power n here, then you will get 2 power n whole square, that is equals to 2 power 2n. So this is the expression for signal to noise ratio in terms of dB. So always we have to calculate the signal to noise ratio in terms of dB. So signal to noise ratio in terms of dB is equals to 2n into log 2, 10 log 2, that is equals to 2n into log 2 is 0.3010 into 10, 3.01, directly I have written here. Signal to noise ratio in terms of dB is equals to 6n. So this is the expression number 32. So up to now what we have calculated guys? Shall I recollect one by one? Just 2 minutes I will recollect. Quantization noise and signal to noise ratio, how we can find out means, first of all we have assumed one quantization error and the probability density function for that quantization error. Then we have calculated the variance. So next, to calculate the signal to noise ratio power, P divided by variance, that is equals to noise power. So my son is helping. Thank you so much. Step size delta is equals to VPP divided by L. We have written like this. Next L equals to, this is very important guys, this delta and this number of quantization levels expression. These two are very important for competitive exam. So you should remember these two. Okay, and delta equals to VPP divided by 2 power n, signal to noise ratio, this expression. This is the signal to noise ratio expression, 3p L square divided by x max square, where L is the number of quantization levels and P is the signal power. So we have considered 3 cases here. So according to our syllabus, no need to consider the remaining cases, just 3 cases are enough. So for our syllabus, so first one is if the both input signal and power is normalized, that is the one case. And the second case is, what is the second case, guys? Can anyone? What is the second case, guys? Can anyone? I will show you. So if the no need to recollect, I will show, no problem. So if the signal is sinusoidal in nature, so that is the second case. First case is if both input and power is normalized, and second case is if the signal is sinusoidal in nature, then what is the expression? So if the signal is sinusoidal, first of all we need to consider the power in terms of RMS values, next convert into maximum values, substitute that expression in signal to noise ratio and convert into dBs, like this. So what is the third case, guys? What is the third case? So if the input is sinusoidal, find out the signal to noise ratio in terms of dBs, means we should consider this expression 1.8 plus C n, where n is the number of bits in the code word. Okay. So what is the third case? Means if the signal is uniformly distributed in the interval minus x max to plus x max. What is the expression for this one? Signal to noise ratio 6n. What is small n here? Tell me. What is small n? Yeah. Number of bits in the code word or number of bits in the digital input. So I think I am very clear with these topics. If you have any doubts, you please ask me in the comment section, or you can personally contact with me, or you can ask me in the comment section also. Okay, don't hesitate to ask any question, either it may be a easy question or a tough question. If you have doubt, is a doubt, not a small doubt, big doubt, doubt is a doubt. You please ask if you have any doubt, then only it is very helpful for me in which range you are in this subject. Then only I came to know, based on your doubts I can estimate your knowledge and how you are going to listen my classes. Then only I can able to understand. Why? Because we are not in the eye to eye contact, that's why I cannot estimate you people. If you have any doubts, I can estimate. Okay. Now one more note, ma, if you want gate questions, you please mention me in the comment section, or please mention me in the chat box, or you can personally approach me in the WhatsApp. Personally send me the message in the WhatsApp if you want the gate questions. Otherwise I will skip those gate questions. Okay, I will try to explain for each and every topic. Already I have gate questions with me, so I will try to explain that one also if you are interested. Otherwise I will skip. Okay guys, I think I am very clear with this topic, that is quantization noise and signal to noise ratio of PCM system. So these are all signal to noise ratios are related to PCM system only. Pulse code modulation, basically pulse code is suffered with two noises, channel noise, that is discussed in the previous class. Now we have discussed about the quantization noise. So with this, the PCM system topic is completed, and we have problems related to this signal to noise ratio. If you want, I will discuss in the next class. Otherwise we can skip those problems, or otherwise I will give those problems as assignment to you personally in the WhatsApp group. I think it is better, I will give it as assignment. Okay guys, I am going to end this topic. You please don't forget to give me the conclusion for the gate questions. Okay, thank you so much guys for your patience. Up to now you have listened me, you bear me. Thank you so much for this guys. Bye bye.